Hello, everybody. Today we've got Stevie from Scotland here. Okay, and I asked him one question. Steve, where were we yesterday?
Oh, goodness me. I wish that I remembered all of the Polish names now.
Yeah, that's a kind of exam.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So we went to visit a very unique town that had a Jewish settlement
Yeah.
that was destroyed by eventually by the Nazis when they invaded Poland.
Okay.
This was a temple that was rebuilt
Right.
and reconstructed.
Partly because I think, partly because the synagogue was, I think it survived, actually the very synagogue, right?
The synagogue itself, but they had to, of course, reconstruct all of the inside, etc. This was very interesting. We had a very interesting drive to it through a storm.
Right.
It was absolutely amazing driving because we went through some puddles that were this big.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought we were going to lose the car sometimes. We went to a few places there.
So this place was called Tykocin.
Thank you.
Tykocin, right?
Tykocin,
Okay, good.
Tykocin.
And then
we went on to visit the monastery.
Yes.
Yes. Again, I don't remember the town.
Okay.
I know all of this area is Pozniak. Yes, Pozniak.
Pozniak.
What? No, because it's outside Białystok.
No.
Is this area not all Pozniak?
No. This whole area is Podlasie.
Podlasie.
Right, Podlasie.
Now you see my problem with remembering the names
right.
now.
Okay. And the town with monastery was Suprashi. Suprash, right. Okay, and then?
Now, this monastery, of course, was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And was rebuilt completely. This was, again, a very fascinating tour. I particularly liked the icon museum that was attached to it. The paintings were all reconstructed, all newly painted. I think they had some that were surviving the
some of them were original, right?
Yes,
but, historical, right?
And then they had to reproduce the rest from what they had.
Yeah.
We of course visited the fort that was completely rebuilt, and so nobody's sure exactly how it looked originally.
So this was okay. So you had
the red brick.
Yes. So fort. Back in Tykocin.
Back in Tykocin. Yes. We didn't leave Tykocin at that point, which was very good. And at this monastery, so I'm jumping to our second place. Really nice walk. I loved the legend of the portrait of Mother Mary in the river.
Yeah, in the river.
Where it landed is where they built the church. But of course, the thing about the church was that it wasn't a Catholic church, and I think this was really important. And the to's and fro's of how they sit. As a church in Poland, because they're allowed, obviously, to have this church. And so, that was very interesting. The walk from there was a very beautiful walk.
Along the river.
The river. They've reconstructed that very, very well. That's very, very nice. I definitely liked the story about the industrialist. The textile industrialist.
Yeah.
You'll have to forgive me with names.
Right, yeah. Zachary Buchholz, right.
Who was a textile industrialist in Warszawa.
No.
Yes. No.
He used to be in Zgierz near Łódź.
Right. How could I forget it?
Okay.
I told Basher it was Warszawa.
No, it wasn't Warsaw.
But essentially this was in Poland and not in Russia.
Łódź was in Poland, in actually this autonomous part of Poland. Of course, it was under Russian control, but it was autonomous, and Białystok was, and this area was directly under Russian control.
And so that's why they built their factories.
Yes,
here in
to
Białystok.
avoid some
the taxes.
taxes, duties,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Very good. We had a very nice meal, of course.
All right. Yeah.
We enjoyed that very much. And on to our, I was going to say Turkish, but of course it's not. They were Turks.
Tatars.
Tartars.
Right.
They were Tartars. So again, visiting the town, very interesting. Some of the old houses that were there.
Right.
Yes, and of course their church, which of course
mosque
is a
right?
mosque.
Mosque, right? Yeah.
Um,
Wooden mosque.
A
right?
wooden mosque. Yes,
right.
unfortunately not open, but I'm assuming it's not open very often. You probably have to be quite lucky to get it open.
Okay, so probably we should order this opening.
okay.
Okay, before that. Okay, pre-order.
But very good. The Muslim people I've met before were all very open, and so I've been in a mosque before to look around, and they're probably quite similar. Generally quite bare. Obviously the carpets on
and
the floor.
then we went to
the cemetery.
the cemetery.
The cemetery.
Right.
Very interesting. I did check on my compass that they were all facing east. I did find out about the Islamic tradition of inscribing the name on the back of the stone, very different from ours. And then looking at the names as over the years, they start to change to Polish names.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe not the first name.
Actually, yes. So the family names, okay, surnames were when they settled here, they were immediately Polish because they married Polish noble girls, right? Daughters of noblemen, okay, local noblemen, and they adopted their surnames.
So they took their names.
Yes, their surnames. However, of course, most of first names remained Muslim, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
so Mustafa, Ali, etc., etc.
Very interesting, and I thought it was fascinating the way the gravestones started to change as time went on. That the inscription would be on the front rather than the back, like in Christian religions, and then even the graves themselves became small tomb-like affairs, again, very much like in a Catholic religion.
Okay.
But also how well kept it still was, because in the UK the graves aren't so well kept, which is a sad affair. But you know, they're obviously still Polish people. And your story about if you asked them if they were a minority, they would say, no, we're Polish.
Yes, that's
and
right.
I like that the best.
That's
because
right,
if people are to live together, that's how they must feel.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
I
Of course,
really-
they are proud of their identity, of the Tatar
course,
identity,
yes,
but
should
still they are
always
just
keep it,
Polish.
for
right?
sure. Absolutely.
And the last point yesterday.
A very special. I think a very special surprise, and a surprise for you, I think, as well, when we went to visit your friend.
Right, it was a surprise.
Richard and Kasia.
Robert.
I do apologize.
Yeah.
Apologize, Robert. And their home was very, very special. Had original features from goodness me, I think he said was it 16th, 17th century that it was built?
Probably 19th century, because I think so. It wasn't. So the village was
the village
started
was
in 16th century. Yes,
okay.
But the house probably not.
But it wasn't new.
It definitely wasn't. Yeah.
And the work that they're doing on it was great to make it their own. So I can imagine that they're going to have a very special place there.
Right.
Yeah, and then of course,
Kasia and Robert took us to
a super little party
Right.
for the village. Really,
the days of Narejki.
Really fantastic. Which I found out was the village day, so the celebration of the village.
Yeah, Narejki's day.
And very special. Everybody there was very open.
Yeah.
Singing, dancing.
Eating, drinking.
Asking strangers to come and sit with them and eat. We had wild boar, which was delicious.
Okay.
And people filled our glass with, of course, some vodka. that we toasted very, very enjoyably with everybody. And very, very special time.
Yes.
And we were very close to the border, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Of Belarus,
Nareki is very close to the
which is very interesting for me as well.
Right.
This time, even to see all the soldiers that are kind of waiting.
Oh yes, on the way we
on,
see.
on the way we see. So it brings home something that we see on the television into reality.
No,
A little more,
Right,
obviously
right,
not
right,
completely, but a little more.
Okay, so today we have a very interesting day before us. Okay, we're going to see the other places. Okay, other places in Podlasie. I hope Stevie will be able to tell us about it tomorrow.
I will make notes.
Oh, you make notes. Good, good. See you guys.
Bye.